Hey everybody, today we're going to be covering the top 5 reasons of why you would want to buy land and ranch properties here in the great state of Texas. If that's what you're here for, we're going to be getting after it right now. Hey, I'm Kerry Fletcher, part of the Mims Group, specifically Mims Group Land and Ranch. And this channel is all about anything and everything ranch, land, lifestyle living. And if that's what you're here for, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. That way you're notified every time we put out a new video. But then also, look, if you like this stuff, hit that like button. Let us know. Oh, and especially if you don't like it, you're like, I don't like the guy's face. Tell us down in the comments. Let us know what you're interested in. Let us know what you'd like us to do the research on and put out in the videos. So let's get to it. 5 reasons. And look, you're going to want to stick around to the number 5. Number 5 is going to be the biggest, most important reason of them all. Okay, so stick around. The first 2 that I'm going to cover are really more about personal decisions, personal choices. In the last couple, we're really going to cover the nuts and bolts, the dollars and the cents. So first, lifestyle. If you haven't had a chance to watch one of our first videos, an interview with my mother and father and their 30 plus years of living this lifestyle, I suggest you do it. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to hit in a little reminder button if you want to link in there. Living and owning a land and ranch or land property is all about the lifestyle that it affords. And it's something that you can't get anywhere else, whether it be horseback riding, ATV riding, whether it be hunting, whether it be getting out there and being tied and connected to the land, whether it's watching the sunrise and drinking your coffee, or watching the sunset and over your windmill off your back porch. It offers you a lifestyle that's unique and not many people have the opportunity to do. Hey everybody, this morning we're capturing a little coffee time with Kerry, if you will. No, we're out here on the front porch, Rockdale, Texas. A little tradition Nani and Poppy have. Get out here on the front porch of their place, drinking coffee, solving the world's problems. Tell you what, we're going to pan around a little bit, give you guys a view of why this is so special. Alright, around here. First of all, we got Uncle Toby. And we've got a lot of these.
The football scores.
Yep, then we've got all these oak trees out here. Pecan trees. Beautiful breeze. And then, of course, the barn with the Christmas lights on it.
A windmill.
Yeah. The number 2 reason, or the second most important reason for buying Texas land and ranch or properties, is legacy. And I'm talking about family legacy. I'm talking about you being able to carve out a piece of Texas that's going to be handed down generation to generation. It's going to be the place where people come together for Christmas time. People come together for Thanksgiving. People come together for family reunion. A little bit about my family. We've been getting together at a family ranch, a family location for family reunion over the 4th of July weekend every year, year in and year out, since about the early 1900s. Since the 1980s, we've been doing it at my cousin's ranch right there on the San Saba River, just outside of San Saba, Texas, down in a river bottom. And it's just great. Everybody comes in, we spend several days there camping out, eating, sharing stories, and it's something that's absolutely priceless to anyone and everyone within our family. We bring friends, we bring other people, and they're just blown away at our ability to get together. And we could not do it if we didn't have that land and that place to go. The number one regret, the number one thing, ask any one of my father's generation, my grandparents' generation, the number one thing that they regret ever happening to the family is my great-grandfather, when he passed, that generation so my grandfather's generation couldn't agree and couldn't come together and couldn't find a solution into how to keep the family ranch within the family. You had some segments of it that just wanted to be bought out, wanted to have it, and at that time they didn't do it. The brothers or the sisters who could have bought them out didn't, and so they sold it. And to this day, it's been a real frustration within the family. It's something that my father's generation and my generation were trying to find ways to buy it back. But it's about 1,000 acres out in Mills County, out near a little town called Democrat. It is a legacy. It's something that your generation, your children's generation, your children's children's generation, and beyond will cherish and cling to for a really long time. So legacy. Now, those two, lifestyle and legacy, those are sort of tearing at the heartstrings. This number 3, let's get down to the dollars and cents, the nitty gritty. So if you have caught my video on why is it, what's the cost, what does it cost to live on a ranch, and I'll put a little link up there, a little reminder. You'd look at that and you'd say, oh my gosh, why would anyone ever get into it? Why would anybody want to do it? Because the margins are just razor thin, if you get them at all, if you can make them at all. Well, if you're looking for tax exemptions, if you're looking for tax write-offs, if you're looking for a place to show a lot of expenses to offset a lot of gains elsewhere, well, let me tell you, Texas Land and Ranch is the place for it. First of all, you have ag exemptions. So the property taxes on that particular property, if it's being used for agricultural purposes, can be a huge savings over just a regular property. And then finally, writing off all those expenses to offset gains. It's really has some tremendous financial advantages for tax write-offs, depreciation of the land, depreciation of the equipment, interest write-off if you have any kind of loan on it. And so it can be a great tax haven. And if you want to sit down and run the numbers with me, we'll get your CPA and myself together, and we can put together a financial plan for you. So number 4 is sort of along the lines of legacy and lifestyle, and that's stewardship. If you want to not just sort of sit back and say, this is what we're going to do with the land, this is what it is. When we talk about stewardship, it's having that sense of control of what is the future going to look like. What decisions are going to be made about the herd population, whether it's deer, whether it's cows, whether it's turkeys, whether it's wildlife or wildflowers, whether it's small game, natural habitat rehabilitation. There's a whole program between the Texas Department of Agriculture that both for awards and ideas of basically how to maintain and how to provide proper stewardship for the land. And it's a great honor and responsibility to be able to do that. For those of you who are sticking around for the last piece, and this is the one that's most important, number 5, appreciation, investment, and development. So what does that mean? That means Will Rogers is famous for saying, land is always a good investment because last I heard, they're not making much more of it. And that's true. Land prices have been on the steady rise. There was a study out from Texas A&M, raw land values over the early 2000s, even during a lot of the housing crisis and everything else, doubled. And they haven't run the numbers yet on the 2020, but everybody's anticipating that they're likely to have doubled again between that 2010 and 2020. You can buy land, and even if you don't want to do the legacy or the lifestyle, you can buy the land and then develop it and have it as an investment. It's a great long-term investment showing good steady growth and return year over year. Well, hey, look, hope I didn't scare you off with the cost video. Hope I really showed you the benefits of the 5 things that are really great about buying land and ranch. When you and your family are ready to come here to Texas and buy your piece of heaven, don't forget to give us a call, send us a text message, send us that email. Heck, if you want to, you can even send us a note via Pony Express. We don't care. Any which way you want to reach us, we've got your back when buying Texas land and ranch property.